They are 3-5 and still alive. What a game, what a win, and what now? DY is in the house. We will relive last night's thriller and look ahead to what it might mean for the Redskins the rest of the way. And we will take your calls as well. It is all tonight on After the Game with Darrel Young.
Live from News Channel 8, this is After the Game with Darrel Young.
Can you hear that?
We heard a lot of crap being talked about us this week. I mean, now it's, we had no chance. We see the guys on CBS just laughing, saying, "Oh, the Redskins have no chance." So, I guess we're laughing now. So,
who is laughing now? Ryan Kerrigan with a take that. Who saw this coming? The Redskins with a big shocker and Big D, a wild game, an overtime finish, and with that, the Redskins are riding high, heading into Week 9. Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. After the Game with Darrel Young, I'm Alex Parker, DY himself. DY, congratulations.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
Feels good. Feels like I accomplished something that no one felt we could do.
But you thought you could do it.
I absolutely do. I'm a competitor.
But are there games when you always think you can do something? Are there games when you know that doing it is much harder than other games?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at a situation. Stats don't mean anything, on the field. We talked about that numerous times on the field, but or on the show. But looking at the standpoint, the game's played on the field. Vegas can't determine anything what happens on the field. Fans can't. I mean, the game's played on the field. I mean, the fans can in terms of cheering and stuff like that. When you're on the road, you have everyone against you. It's just those 53 guys that have to come together and basically, do something to, make you successful on the field.
The big story coming in was Colt was going to start unless Robert was ready, and Coach said this over and over and over. Robert might start, might start, might start. When did you know that it was not going to be Robert and it was going to be Colt?
When Colt suited up on game day, when Robert didn't dress, that's when I knew.
Really?
You just never know sometimes. You practice with one guy all week, but I've seen things. I've been that guy, in terms of a guy practicing my position the whole week and not sure if I'm going to play and stuff like that, and then I go out there and play the game. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen.
So you guys really were in the sort of dark as we were, waiting for this announcement or non-announcement?
I wouldn't say in the dark, but we had an idea, but we didn't know what was really going to happen at the end of the day. Because, like you said, we know who Robert is. We know what type of guy he is in terms of rehabbing and recovering and stuff like that. So he's always going to put himself in a situation to say, "Hey, I can play." So looking at it like that, it's the coach's decision from here on out.
So Colt McCoy, his story, played at Texas, is from Texas. Big-time star to be in the league, didn't happen right away, is sort of out of a job, third string. Now he's going to go back to home to start on Monday Night Football. What did you see out of Colt last night?
I seen a guy who was very confident. I wouldn't say shaky earlier, but you could see that he was thinking a little bit more than he should have, more than the Colt that I've known. And then, he made some plays that we needed in the end. And like I said, I felt very confident about him being out there the whole time because I've watched the way he approached the game, going back to OTAs and training camp, and that was pretty funny too when I had to laugh about it. But I'm excited about the guy. He's a really good dude, and we just won. That's all that matters. What
was he like in the huddle, especially early and late? Frankly, did that change throughout the game?
Yeah, it did. I mean, like I said, at first he was I wouldn't say unsure, but he was trying to get adjusted to the game. Just being in there with the guys. Actually being a starter in the game, and just trying to put us in a situation to win the whole game. As opposed to a half. So looking at it like that, I mean, he grew as the game went on, just like we all did. In terms of confidence and stuff like that, and he put us in a situation to win, and we won.
Did you guys try to help in this situation, Colt, sort of get himself together, or does nobody say anything and let him figure it out?
You let Colt be himself. I mean, he's a guy that got drafted to the NFL. I think he gets it. He understands how to approach the game. Like you said, he's a backup, but he was a backup, in Cleveland before starting, and then got benched, and then went to San Francisco and stuff like that. So he's had a bumpy road in terms of his career. But to say that the guy can come out here and do this on another, on his third NFL team, and win a game, and have so much hype back at home in Texas. They kept putting the camera. I don't know if it was on his dad or his coach, whoever that guy was.
His dad, Brad.
Yeah, I was watching the game earlier from the TV copy, and I'm just like, this guy is pretty sweet, and I was excited for him.
What's it feel like to be I mean, he'll never forget this. No matter how this season turns out, no matter how his career turns out, you guys were part of this Colt McCoy sort of soap opera, ending deal, fairy tale ending, I should say. What's that mean to you guys to be a part of that?
It's very exciting to say that you can, be a part of something special to one guy, and put him in a situation where he feels like, guys around him impacted the way he's going to live his life from here on out. But, with 3-5, we got to move on from this. And, if he's a starter this week, I know he's going to approach the game and, try to be better than he was last week, not throw any interceptions, throw a touchdown, so we'll see.
703-387-1020 is our lawn and leisure hotline. Bob and Vanessa, stay on the line if you would. I want to hear from Colt McCoy after the game last night, after the sort of historic, epic performance by him in the Redskins' upset win.
I messed some things up in the first half, but the guys stuck with me. The coaches, kept pushing me, and I finally settled in and made some big plays at the end of the game. And but again, this is a huge team win. Our defense played lights out, and the most important thing for us is if we just got to keep this going.
Colt McCoy, DY, let's hear from some of the fans. They got to be pumped. Bob is in Gaithersburg tonight on our lawn and leisure hotline. What's up, Bob?
Hey, Alex. DY, we won, buddy. And I'm proud of the offense, defense, and specialty teams. And, Alex, you got to remember a third-string quarterback named by Joe Theismann played behind Jurgensen and Kilmer. He ended up taking us to glory days.
I got you.
I'm proud of Colt, and he blew the percentage risk in history in completing passes and everything.
Cool. Hey, Bob, thank you for the call. Lawn and Leisure Hotline. Bob's fired up, DY. When this game was taught, and the game was sort of taught the entire time, late in that fourth quarter, it's 4th and 1. And this felt like a game-deciding play. And if the Redskins don't get the 4th and 1, Dallas is going to get the ball there, maybe go down and win. If you get the 4th and 1, you're going to win, even though it ultimately got more wild from there. They called your number on that play, DY. What was that like?
It was exciting. I looked pretty quick there, but I turned my head for a second. I was like, oh, no, I can't drop this. But it was just the trust there. I felt like Coach Gruden trusted me. Put me in a situation where, try to make this team a better team and improve our record. But looking at it from that standpoint, it was just about making a play, and we had to go out there and execute. And I just tried to get us another set of downs.
You don't get the ball a lot. You block, special teams. When Colt says, what's the play called? Can you tell us this?
Yeah, it's called I right, Spider 2, Y banana.
Okay, when you hear that and you're in the deal, what goes through you? Like, whoa.
I heard it. I came back to the sideline because remember we called the timeout. Came to the sideline, and Coach Gruden said, hey, here we go. I said, all right, let's do it. And I ran back on the field, and those guys on the defense were like, hey, fullback dive's coming. I'm like, oh, man, how did they figure that out? I'm like, got him, slipped into the flat, so it was pretty exciting. And to hear those guys say, hell, you got me, you got me. I was like, hey, well, I got to do my job. I got to be an actor, too, sometimes.
Oh, very nice. Such a huge play. Good catch by you. Folks are trying to say you almost dropped the ball. That's a DY doesn't drop anything.
Don't say that, but, I almost did. But, hey, I made the play. It's over with now.
Vanessa is in Southeast D.C. on our lawn and leisure hotline. What's up, Vanessa?
Hey, Alex, you say who would have thought? My husband Lawrence would have thought. Didn't he tell you Colt was going to take us all the way?
I believe he did, Vanessa.
I believe he did, too. And, D.Y., we're so proud of you all. We love you. Hold on.
Hey, Alex, this is Lawrence, Southeast.
Hi, Lawrence.
Look here. Now, the Redskins just didn't win that game. They beat the hell out of Dallas.
We have Vanessa and Lawrence.
Alex?
Yeah, I got you. Thank you.
And that's our Super Bowl. That's our Southeast Super Bowl, Dallas. When we go down there and beat them like that, DY, we love you. We love the team. We're proud of Colt, and we believe in our Redskins.
They love you, too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Vanessa and Lawrence, a bonus caller on the Lawn and Leisure Hotline. I don't know if they get 2 entries for the Big Green Egg or not on that. Oh, we got to do a break. Callers, please take note. I mentioned the Big Green Egg. If you call in and you get through on our Lawn and Leisure Hotline, you will be entered to win this Big Green Egg. Go to WJLA.com to enter /Big Green Egg. All the details. Vanessa talked about, we're going to ride Colt all the way. The only problem with that is Jay Gruden doesn't see it that way. We will hear from Jay and talk to DY about the latest quarterback quandary after this. Cochran law firm. Redskins came away, I mean, this is wonderful. They beat Dallas. They come away with no major or frankly even minor injuries. The only fellow on the report is that guy. You might recognize him. He's the quarterback, Robert Griffin III, because he is still rehabbing, or at least he hasn't played yet, from that ankle injury. The big question is, well, we thought it could be this week. Wasn't this week. Might it be Minnesota? We'll see. Problem is, not a problem, it's a wonderful problem. Colt McCoy has got 2 straight wins under his belt. So what happens when Robert's ready to come back and Colt is like lighting it up? Here's Jay Gruden earlier from last night, actually.
Robert's our starter. That's not going to change. I haven't varied off of that and wavered off of that in my mind, you know. So Robert, when he's ready, he'll be ready to go.
I take it one day at a time, and I prepare as if I'm the starter, whether I'm playing or not. And you know, that decision is not my decision. So I'm a team player, and I'm going to do whatever they ask me to do.
Colt McCoy. You know how we do this around here, DY. We do quarterback controversies around here. When there isn't one, we'll try to make one. And when there is one, we'll really make one. What happens if Colt's playing great and you guys are 3-0, 3 straight wins? You hit the bye, Robert's ready to come back. You don't want to fix something that's not broke, do you?
I mean, realistically, no, but Coach Gruden said Robert's the starter, so that's what I'm going with. I can't control anything. I just got to line up the fullback to play.
Way to get out of that, by the way. He still wants those 4th and 1 passes in the right flat, so DY's going to say the right thing. When you hear Colt say, I practice every day like I'm the starter, everybody seems to say this. I imagine it's easy to say and hard to do, because when you know you're not playing, and for the first month of the season, he knew he wasn't playing, what do you see in him when he's preparing?
I call Colt weird sometimes because he stands behind the offense and he'll go through the run progressions. He'll actually, you know, go through the passing reads behind the offense when we're doing walkthrough and stuff. And you know, sometimes I'll go back there and he'll hand the ball off to me or something, or you know, Roy Halou will be back there with him just going through stuff. So he's actually one guy that physically puts himself through it as well as mentally. You know, so looking at it like that, I wasn't surprised that he jumped into the game and was able to do the things that he did and you know, put us in a situation to win. So looking at Colt, like you said, everyone says that they do that. Everyone prepares like that. Everyone prepares like a starter. But when you win a game, it's a lot more believable, you know, than anything else. So
one guy who helped Colt out big time last night, and you guys, is Deshaun Jackson. We knew he was good coming from Philly, and then we see what he does against Philly, and we go, man, he's really good. Every week, this guy makes huge plays.
He makes really big plays. He's one of those guys that you just look at what he does. I mean, he's exciting to watch. I'm excited to be a part, like on the field with him. I mean, I say, you know, I'm not making this comparison that he's better than Randy Moss, but he's one of those guys that I haven't seen since Randy Moss, you know, just the way he adjusts in the air to the ball. I mean, he comes down with it. Every time the ball's thrown to him, like, that's a reception, and regardless, you know, if he's in front of the guy behind him, because if you look at the pass that he actually, you know, that Colt, they say underthrew him on, he was actually jogging, not jogging, but looked like he wasn't really running as fast as he could and was still beating the defender really bad. So, I mean, look at it like that. He's special. He's really special. I don't know what, you know, Philly was thinking, but thank you.
Colt said he physically cannot overthrow Deshaun Jackson. No. He can throw as far as he can, and Deshaun's going to get there. The defense was so impressive. The young guys, Bashad Breeland, what were you watching when you're on the sidelines and you see them doing their deal? That has to be an insane motivator for all sides of the ball.
I tell you what, I don't really know if you've been out of practice the past couple of weeks, but Jay's been challenging us in one-on-ones, you know, offense versus defense. So, you know, stuff that you do in training camp, we're doing in the middle of the season, you know, making guys compete. And even I remember, you know, just seeing Breeland standing in front of the whole team going 4 times in a row. He's like, until you get it right. And, you know, he was going against the best guys, you know, Pierre, stuff like that. He was getting beat, but he made some good plays. And then that showed up in the one-on-one situations. You know, you look at that play he made in the end zone right there with Des Bryant. I mean, he's just competing. He's just out there putting himself in a situation that, you know, he knows he could do. All he had to do was get the confidence back, and that's what they drafted him to do. And, you know, I'm excited about him. And even, you know, going back to the comment that Bob from Gaithersburg made a couple of weeks about Arakpo and the defensive line not getting a rush and stuff like that, I thought Trent Murphy did a great job. Hatcher did a great job drawing triple teams. Who draws triple teams in the NFL, you know? But Hatcher did that. Bowen coming back. Jink, those guys did a heck of a job. And, you know, Kenny Robinson's playing outstanding right now, and so did Perry Riley. So I'm excited about what we can do. Our safeties are really good. You know, I'm excited. And it just sucks that we're in a 3-5 situation. situation right now, and we're coming off an emotional high in terms of beating the Cowboys and stuff like that. But we're still 3-5. The goal is to go 4-5 coming out of this week, and then going into a bye week, and hopefully we're healthy, and then hopefully we get a guy like Cofield back. So we'll see what happens. It
felt to me as I was driving in here, and it's Tuesday, but it felt like a Monday after a game. You guys won. You won the city back last night. I think the win last week, you're supposed to beat that team, Tennessee at your place. That sort of stopped the bleeding. You won back your fan base last night, in my opinion. Do you feel that?
I do feel that. I mean, I've heard so many people say that was the Super Bowl for us. I don't want that to be the Super Bowl. I get what they're saying, but I want to actually go to the Super Bowl. But I get what they're saying about the rivalry and, just the history of the Redskins and Cowboys and stuff like that. So I do feel like we did win the city back, and I'm excited. Hopefully, we get another sold-out game when we come back home versus Tampa in a couple of weeks.
More with DY after this, and a lot of folks are on hold on our Lawn and Leisure hotline. I think Tina will be up first after the break. We will have more with DY after this, and our play of the game as well. Don't go away. Here's your Normandy Carpet Care play of the game in overtime. Colt McCoy does a really nice job of buying time. And when he bought time here, and this was huge, he finds Jordan Reed with, it's a great throw. It is a better catch. Footsies inbounds. That led to what turned out to be the game-winning field goal. DY, Jordan Reed he's special.
Told you guys. I told everyone. Everyone was saying, questioning him basically as a professional athlete, and I told you guys from the jump, he's a special player, and he's just continuing to, basically show you guys.
He just has to stay healthy.
So
when he's out there, we all do. Tina is in Oxon Hill tonight on our Lawn and Leisure hotline. Hi, Tina, what's up?
Hi, how you two doing? I haven't called in weeks.
What's up? We missed you.
Oh, yeah, I'm speechless for real. You all played so good last night, offense and defense. I ain't thinking about them quarterbacks. That's going to happen. But I just want to tell you, thank you, Darrel, for making that play last night. I screamed, and I saw your smile. I just screamed some more. Then I'm just like this. You all going to be 5-5, no doubt, before bye week come. I already know. I'm not trying to jinx or nothing, because I was calling when you all were down and out. I was the third caller tonight. I've always been the first caller.
Okay.
But, you all doing so good. And that was really good last night. You all had Jerry Jones coming out the box and coming down into the field last night. And it was on national TV, and you all really represent very well. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Tina.
So much. And you all played when you're supposed to play. So all hats to you all, and thank you. And I'm calling back next week and every week. I ain't missing you all no more.
Okay. Thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
We may have a front runner for the Big Green Egg in Tina.
All right.
I've asked you this before. I'm struck by, and I used to be one of these fervent fans. You guys changed the entire psyche of a city, depending on what you do on Sundays or Monday nights.
I would say it'd be a better Monday, but we played on Monday, so I was thinking about that last night on the plane. It's a better Tuesday for everyone, and I've got so many people shaking my hand, in the grocery store today, so it's exciting. It's a good feeling to know that you can win your city back on beating a team who's really good, but specifically the Cowboys.
You do your own grocery shopping, D1?
Absolutely, I have to.
You don't have people that do this for you?
Oh man, I'm cheap.
Don't they know who you are?
I'm cheap, man. I'm not doing that.
You're the go-to guy on 4th and 1. Victor is in Woodbridge tonight on Lawn and Leisure Hotline. Hey, Victor, what's up?
Hey, not much. Congratulations anyway.
Thank you, Victor, for this fellow. What's up?
My question is, fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Ball 3rd down and 5. Ball on 30-yard line. Game almost won. What went wrong for you to get the delay of game and later a sack? What went through your mind then after?
Thank you, Victor, for the question. I didn't think the ball was at midfield. Either way, this is where there was a delay of game, and then Colt took a sack, and what could have been a possible field goal late in regulation led to a punt. What was going on there?
I don't really know because I wasn't in the huddle at that point, but I know some of the calls were hard to come in because the crowd was loud, and then we had some technical difficulties with the headsets, which we've had a couple of times, But looking at it like that, I know the play didn't come in until about 12 seconds, left on the play clock, and You know, we tried to call a timeout. You know, we ran down the sideline just like their coach did, you know, when they got the timeout in that situation. But, you know, it didn't happen. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to, but we won the game. So you don't look back at that and say, what if, you know, because you won.
Cool. James and Dumfries, stay on the line. We will try to get to you. Got to do a break. More with DY on the huge win. We'll look ahead to next week as well after this. DY dressed up for Halloween a couple hours ago. DY was across the river in Georgetown trying to brighten the day of some folks that could really need it. DY, tell us about this wonderful event.
You know, like you said, we went to the hospital to visit kids, and you know, we do this kind of every year. Alfred's done it for 3 years now. I've done it for 2. Sean Laval joined us this year. He was Rick James. Alfred was Captain America, and I was Bane, but I told kids I was a Ninja Turtle. But it was pretty cool. You know, we're out there just to kind of humble ourselves. You know, just in a sense where you know there's a lot of other people struggling in a lot of situations that you know we don't look at every day, and you know we're kind of blinded because you know we're in the spotlight of what we do every day. You know, so it was kind of humbling, fun experience. You know, I enjoyed it. Alfred, you know, I told him he's getting too big for Captain America suit. He's got to either get a bigger one or change the outfit for next year. But it was exciting.
I've got about 30 seconds left. At Minnesota next week. If you don't win this game, the Dallas one won't mean much, right?
It won't. So let's not talk about it if we don't.
Okay.
No, you know, we got to come in this game 4-5 and go into a bye week. You know, hopefully we're healthy, get some guys back. You know, try to make this run. We don't want to be 3-6. You know, we kind of fell at 3-6 the last couple of years and kind of shot ourselves in the foot last year. You know, thinking we can do what we did the year before. But we'll be outside. It'll be cold. You know, just got to go have fun and try to, you know, basically do what we did this past week and be a lot better.
And that 6th loss, I believe, last year came at Minnesota, and that kind of derailed the whole deal. DY, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. Happy Halloween. We'll see you next Monday. I'll be back at 9 o'clock. We're doing Redskins the entire half hour. You can call in. We will relive the victory over Dallas. Folks, thanks so much. There's my man. What a great day here in D.C. We'll see you at 9 o'clock. Take care.